And we are live, and I'm apparently trying to mine an iron block with my fist. Let's fix that. Okay, so I managed to get, can I go to single player, please? A proper villager sorting system together. Might obsidian with hands challenge. Sure. So essentially, let's actually leave one in here. Yeah, that'll work. So what we ended up with last time was we were trying to figure out how to get villagers. Been there, done that. Takes forever. Yeah, it does. We were trying to get villagers to push off of these so we could send villagers through faster. So here's the idea I came up with. We stick a villager here, the minecart. It'll actually, as it fails. Why did you have to fail now of all times? Why? I tried this out so much before. Okay, here, that one, and yeah, it definitively does not work. Mining fatigue 4 plus mining obsidian with hands. Well, there's a certain level of mining fatigue where it literally just disables your ability to mine. So there's that. I don't think there's I don't think you can have mining fatigue 4 and actually manage to mine the obsidian. I take that. Why are you suddenly not working? You're walking in there okay, but that's not always the case. Lowest possible is mining fatigue plus fists plus underwater. True, but like I said, I'm fairly certain there's a certain level of mining fatigue that just disables your ability to mine. Like, you don't end up with any ability to mine it. Hello, Star Gustav. Wonder who tried. Okay, that one worked. Why is this one not? See, now that one worked. What's the difference? I swear, I tested this first. I wonder who tried the mine for like 2 days straight. Well, there's a simpler method called data mining. And you can literally just look to see at what point that would happen. Why is this not working? Should be working. See, there's no actually better way to do this though. This is really the only way we can configure this because we've got a powered there. Or code decomplication on deobfuscation. There you go. Okay. Though I believe that's part of data mining, isn't it, Ewan? This is frustrating. Why does it work sometimes? Not quite. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I am trying to figure out why this guy is not getting pushed by my glass block. He should be, but he's not. And he has in the past, so there's no reason why he isn't now. Could you actually get in the minecart? Thank you. See, that time it worked. What makes the difference? Why do I have a button here? We need this to work every time. That's the whole point in having this. If it doesn't work one time, then it's completely useless. Okay, so essentially, what we've got, if I could remove that glass block there, to try and walk through this. When the villager goes through this, he is taller. He's tall enough to trigger that string, basically. Data mining also applies to all data, not just functional stuff. Yeah, I kind of got that. Wait, didn't trigger at that time. Hmm. Okay, maybe I was working on an incorrect assumption here. So if I trigger this to go off, so I need you with a lever, get rid of that villager. See, that kicks him out, and that makes him tall enough to go into the string. That's kind of the idea.
You
Thank you,
make
Star
me
Gustav,
happy,
for the follow.
follow.
Happy to have you.
So very
There's
happy.
that. So he's then tall enough to get kicked by the string, but then he doesn't get pushed over every time. But why? In this case, he shouldn't have been pushed over at all because there wasn't a block. I wonder if I put... That's an idea. Now I have a slime block. And some terracotta. Do lime. So I need to come here. Instead of doing glass, let's try slime blocks to push them forward. See how that works. So now I need my swords back. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm actually out of pop this morning. Kind of disappointing, but it's my own fault because I didn't stop by the store last night. Minecart and a villager egg. Villager, perfect. We're gonna stick the villager there and the minecart on top. Okay, well, I should have seen that coming. It's literally broken everything. Because it grabbed the rail, pushed the rail into the terracotta, grabbed the glass, pushed the glass into the... Okay, slime blocks are not an option. How do I stop this? That one. There's that one. Okay, should have seen that coming, like I said. Let's bring these back forward, and we want to pick up those. Perfect. 1, 2, and iron blocks can go back here. Why do you have Mod 51, Mod 52, and Mod 53? I also have Mod 54. Wondering if my description isn't updated. No, it's not in my description. So I have alts because I end up doing multiple things in game at once, and that makes it quite useful to be able to do so. Break that. We're gonna stick our observer and string back on top. In the other direction, please. So from here to here, from here to here, and then we need string back up front. There's that, and I want to close that one. Perfect. So, how to come across this problem? So the issue is, it's either not, I think it's firing too fast. It's not firing fast enough. That's not what it is. That it's not firing too fast. So, there's not really an easy way to slow that down. We could try this, but we're ending up with issues of space at this point. So let's bring this back by 1. Okay. And can't. Because if we push this forward, then that's going to be a slime block. It's going to catch this and do the same thing that we just had problems with. We can't put one there because it's powered by this. Now, if we look at how this is powered, we might be able to redesign that. So we have a torch underneath here, powering this block. That's then going up and powering this block to power that. Now we could bring it back and do this, or We could bring these out by one more. Do this, if I could get that on top, and do a redstone dot. No? No, that's not going to work. We could do a repeater. Yep, that works. However, this one should be off. You're not. Why are you not off? Oh, because there's a lever in the way. So, repeater, torch. That works. So now this is open to us. Just to verify, we go down, piston doesn't extend. Okay? So we can stick our piston there. And what we want to do is we'll stick a repeater
make me happy,
here.
follow.
Thank you for the follow, Adam Vital. Happy to have you.
Happy.
And then we will stick a redstone dot at the back here to power the piston. Okay, let's give that a shot. We have a bit of delay now, so I need my villager egg and a minecart. Go! I think that worked? I'm still confused as to why this one's triggering, but it did manage to make it through. So let's clear this first one and we'll see what it does. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Can you... Okay, hold on. Let's try this. You get back on the rail. Aha! You're trapped. Now, back in the minecart. Okay, that seems to work a lot better. So let's try it this way. You guys are not going to fall into lava. And we're going to make sure that still goes. Okay. So 1, 2. Soon you will have 1,000 followers. I know, I'm getting close. It's nice. Come on, go. Okay, that one goes through. Seems we're working pretty well. You're stuck. Why? There we go. Okay, I think we have a functional design here. Now, can we shrink this at all? So we have observer going into repeater. The only direction that can go is here. So then we have to go down and back in. That cannot be shrunk. So we're going to need 2 blocks behind each one, which I think we have everywhere. If not, we'll just have to move some stuff around. Like, I think we can technically pull this way, but it'll end up taking up more space overall. Just less space in this direction. Like, we could technically, if I wasn't breaking things I shouldn't, we could technically just do the same thing in this direction. Need you. However, this would mean that we couldn't tile it. So we need some way to get the power over this side. Looks complex. Not really. This is about as simple as it is. It's just, I'm trying to shrink it, which can be complicated. So what we'd end up having to do is do that one. That doesn't work. Let's see. We can't put a torch there because that's going to make another clock. We need to bring this dot to there. We'd end up having to make it another block longer. So, no, we cannot turn it sideways. It's not going to be tileable anyway. We'll just do it this way then. So, repeater, facing in the correct direction at 4 ticks, the redstone dot there. Looks good to me. So we have to remember we need to bring these down. So we're going to start with that. We should be able to remove that section of the rail first. So let's actually get on the server and start doing this. Okay, so we're starting over Here, we're going to start at the beginning of our track here. So these are the sections that we're needing to change the direction it's coming from. And yeah, we don't have those 2 blocks behind here, but we can easily change this wall to where we do. So let's start digging this out. We're going to go all the way around the edges, and then we're going to go down, get those done. And the idea there is we're needing more space to put our piston here. I didn't really talk about that here because the last time we went over it, um, I realized that the best place was probably to put the piston here, but that torch is powering it if there's not a villager in there. So it literally made it impossible to power a piston there and have it be useful. So by redesigning how we have our redstone come up when there's a villager in there, then we can have a piston there and it's not too big of a deal. And this way, we end up having a much better design that actually works properly. That was quite frustrating. I swear I actually tested that out before and it worked. I don't know what changed between now and then, but oh, hi creeper. See, there's a villager there. I don't want to die. Let's just do that. Okay, there's floor 1. And we're going to come down this way, mine the planks. I'm glad to see the Endermen have not started taking this area over again, though we are seeing some more dirt being taken out from underneath the wall. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad structural integrity does not matter in Minecraft. Okay, we're going to need a little more distance this way. Most of that area over there was dug out by Endermen, which, interesting story behind that. I left that as the only spawnable space on the island for a while, and all of the Endermen were spawning in there. And they kept stealing my dirt, which kind of led to some issues, because I also had my rail on Enderman holdable blocks. I think it was gravel. And then they can pick up this cobblestone that's underneath too. So a bunch of my villagers ended up dying because zombies were spawning back there and could now get through because the Endermen were stealing blocks. That is the first time I have ever successfully seen the Enderman block stealing mechanic actually work
You
for the
make me
mobs.
happy,
Thank you for the
follow.
follow, Adam
So
Baleen. I
very
think that's how you pronounce
happy.
it. Happy to have you. So we're going to bring this out by 1 more, and then we'll be able to come through, move these torches down, bring our repeaters up top, which I don't have any repeaters, so when we get to the end, we'll grab those. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to replace that dirt. And perfect. Um, where's the spawnable? There should be nothing spawnable down here. Where did that spider come from? What? I don't know. Oh, hi. You're spawnable. Let's just do this. Perfect. Now we don't have to weary? We don't have to worry about spiders, because they will no longer spawn in that 2x2. Okay, so I was planning on beginning the stream about half an hour before I did, and I ended up having a discussion with my brother about grief prevention. It's kind of an interesting topic for the server. Hello, Sounds the Artist. Happy to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Um, it's kind of an interesting topic here because on CapeCraft we don't have grief prevention, and it's for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, none of the staff really like any of the ways it's implemented, so we just haven't. We don't really want to have it on there. But spiders only want a nice, warm place to live. See, I don't really care. They also want to attack me if the light level is not high enough, so I'm just gonna remove their spawning spaces, Ewan. Just checking on your stream today. Well, hello there. So we don't have grief prevention here. We have a way to roll it back, but for the most part, other than chests and are they called item frames? Item frames. You can just go around and destroy whatever you want. You'll be banned for it, sure, but there's like nothing stopping you from doing it right away. Now, like I said, the main reason for that is we don't like the way it's generally implemented, and there's not really a good way to get it to fit in with the way the server style has been. I really don't enjoy walking onto a server and having all of the area around me claimed. That's just not fun on any level. I'd much rather have the chance to negotiate it while I can still use the area. Because like people are going to build, and we do have a size limit or a nearness limit on where you can go to other people, which is essentially claiming land. So we do have somewhat of a claim system. But as far as actually claiming the land itself, that's we don't have one of those here. Awesome, Star Gustav. Thank you. Um, and I've been trying to figure out why specifically I don't like conventional land claiming systems. And I guess the main reason is that they just kind of end up being awkward to deal with when it comes down to disputes. Like, oh, I've claimed this land, therefore it's mine. And I don't really think it's that cut and dry a lot of the time. Not only that, the systems by which you can actually gain more land to claim are kind of awkward. Like, I've been working towards making sure we don't just give out perks by playtime here. It's a really easy system to use, and it's a good measure of how long somebody or how dedicated somebody is to the server. But it's not perfect because you keep it between resets. So there are better ways to manage that, and one of the ways I've been looking at is using in-game achievements to unlock perks. It's been done before. I don't like many of the ways it's been implemented, so I'm going to work on coding it on my own. For land claiming, though, the actual main plugin that everybody uses, um, it does allow you to give land however you want, and you are legally allowed to donate for it as well. So it's awkward because personally, I feel you should be able to have access to whatever amount of land as long as you are actually able and willing to maintain it. Like you're actually going to do something with that land. And basing it off of playtime or purchasing it with real money, neither of those really fit either of those. You have to wait to claim more land, or you have to or you can get more land than you'll ever need depending on your playstyle. Because some people only need small bases, but then they'll go and claim these massive areas just because they can. And for me, that's really frustrating because I like building big bases and I can actually do it. And then this person comes along and claims this massive area just so they don't have anybody build around them. Not on CapeCraft. That's one of the things we're discussing is situations and why I don't enjoy land claiming. Um, in CapeCraft, the main thing is people will just build and you're not allowed to build within 100 blocks of them without talking to them first. In general, what's done is you have a golden shovel that you can click here, and you have everything within that square. And I feel like there are better ways to do that. I'm just trying to figure out why I don't like the way it's done so that maybe I could figure out a better system in which it could be done. Um, but the issue that I really tend to come across with it is I don't like the imbalance that comes up when one person is really big at building large bases and another person comes along and just wants as little space but nobody to build around them. If you don't want anybody to build around you, you probably shouldn't be playing multiplayer. Not only that, there are ways to limit that. Like in our case, you have to talk with them to build within 100 blocks. You'll still be able to see them, roughly, but they're not going to be able to interfere with any of your builds. In the general case, oh gosh, I don't want to break that. In the general case, I think my biggest issue is the imbalance when it comes to who's able to do what. I enjoy using the game as kind of the balancing mechanism. So if you were to say, in terms of more, how about a number of blocks changed in an already claimed area per chunk to get more claimed area? That could be a way. Another way would be to unlock it through in-game resources. So if you want to build a large base, all you have to do is gather more blocks, and you can either buy like a totem or you can just directly convert it into claim blocks. So instead of using currency, you would just use the blocks themselves, and it's kind of like um, you're building the base to make it larger. The issue with that, Ewan, that I found is it's generally very hard to track changes within a chunk. Like we have a database to do it, as you can see here, but it's super slow at looking things up. And you'd have to be tracking that a lot. By default, the game does not know whether this was naturally generated or I placed it. I guess maybe you could take a schematic of the area and say, oh, how many blocks have you changed? How many blocks have you changed? You do it by counting place and break events. But that's exactly how it's done. Like, they just count the events, and then you can undo the events. No. Okay, explain. I mean, you'd have to do it per area, too, and then you'd still have to keep a count. Right. And then you'd have to make sure that it's only done within a certain area, but not for rollback. Right. Um, Granted, this system keeps a lot more information than would be needed there, like the time it occurred on. Well, you would need the user and the location it happened, unless that database is connected to the specific claim, which I don't think would be the best idea. Just need user count. Okay. Um, so would it just be blocks changed, period, or blocks changed within your claims? What are we doing? I need observers, string, sticky pistons. I've got repeaters. What else was it? Redstone dots? Okay, we are good. Okay, so based on it just being user and count and not location or claim, I would say it is specifically just any claim. Can I come back here? That works. Okay, and now we're gonna come back this way. That. I really hope I'm putting these in the right spots. So then from here, we'll need a repeater behind them. So the count is updated with respect to claim. That is because we check before the +1 to the count. Okay, fair enough. Don't need one there, so we're good. Check is user in claim. If yes, count the event. If once they do the event, you then add it to the +1. Correct? Do you realize how easy that is to farm? Particularly in vanilla. Like, you can accidentally farm that. You'd also have to have a check for how quickly it was done within a period of time, or you'd have to be checking against the location to make sure it's not the same block over and over again. I think the second option would probably be better. Rather than checking for time, check for the same block in the location. You'd have to have like a maximum of 5 or something. Well, the second there is easy. Right, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like it would be easier and better because, like, for example, this is something that I do normally. This is just I need stone. So I wouldn't be farming on purpose. Um, so I'd have to keep track of up to 5 blocks to counter this guy, or it'd allow me to farm. Just easy. Because I mine all 5 of these blocks. So that is a thing that you could do though. You could keep track of X amount of blocks placed in the last X amount of time, considering there's only a maximum of so many blocks you can break in that time. Can I have that? Just last X blocks. Okay. And check the chords. Fair enough. Now I gotta place these pistons. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I have made these too low. They need to be one higher. Yep, I was not putting them in the right spot. Just last X blocks and check the chords. Okay. And I would assign it as blocks changed per claim area. Okay, so it would be a database connected directly to the claim itself, rather than just to the user. Okay, I may not be understanding then. You would assign it as blocks changed per claim area. User is connected to the claim, right? Got it. Okay, so we need to have a piston here, facing this way. Let's just get stone bricks underneath here then. We know how much the user is allowed to be claimed. True. And I need you again. Oh, I have fallen. This is a bad place to have fallen. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna firework out of here. Where's this guy's hitbox? Okay, let's try this out. I'm gonna throw this glass away, throw the stairs away, back up. Oh, it's not gonna let me climb up there. Okay, so just take events allowance and if threshold increase allowance. Okay. Hey, I made it. Place this back. You are safe. Be happy. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. I need to break this piston though. You can't be there. Oh, I need those. Stop it. Okay, so we need to break you. One here. Ow! Why? Now I have to do this again. Ah. Oh, but it's not gonna let me, is it? Not without pushing him in here. Can you please walk back over here for me? Come on! This is so stupid. Why? Go back that way. I hate this. Turn around. Go! I don't want to punch you. Do I have a water bucket? I don't. Come on, move! That's the wrong way to move. That way. Come on! You moved the wrong way again. What is wrong with you? Do I really need this Fletcher? I'm just gonna bury him. Have fun. Refuse to move, he dies. I got that Fletcher originally because I thought the trades were great, and it really doesn't seem that way anymore, so. Not gonna bother with him. So why are you powered? Oh, there's a redstone block next to it. I should have seen that. there, 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 and that's it. Okay. Now we need to come up top and get observers on top of all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blocks, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a bad place for that. 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to come back and up. We're going to just go this way. I'm going to have to break a little bit more of this wall, it seems. Okay. Well, repeaters, please. Thank you. 1, 2. Okay. This is getting annoying. Can I do things like I'm supposed to? 1, 1, 2. Apparently not. Let's go there. Jump this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So these are our delay circuits. Now we need to come this way. We're going to place these underneath. Or above. Or next to. However you want to say it. And there. Are you the new Mumbo Jumbo? Probably not. There's that. I mean, I just called a repeater an entire delay circuit, so yeah, it's just a single repeater, so it is what it is. A repeater that causes delay. And now I need my redstone dots. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to break these ones in the middle. Okay, you're broken. Beyond brokenness. So let's fix that. Perfect. So these each should be working once we get the string in. Need to make sure we're not standing in front of the string though. Works? 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 And works. Perfect. Now we have these to do. Okay, so we've already got the bottom part sorted here. Let's think about how we did this. We did a line going this way. If one wants, one could even change the formula so as a base grows, it gets harder and harder to earn more claim. I could see that. That doesn't seem like a bad system at all. I guess the main thing would be, like, there would definitely have to be checks for certain types. And I would think it would have to be over the last amount of time rather than the last amount of blocks. To make sure they're not at the same coordinates. Because if I have that running at full speed, um, it, So if I'm just standing straight like this, I can mine 5 blocks in that direction. However, well, one of those cores is still on the list, right? However, there are designs that will have you move downwards through like a water stream through one of those, or sideways even, because you can technically mine faster than that. So you'll move this way or that way. So you would set it to be like a short amount of time, like a second or two, to make sure. Basically instant mine speeds. What are you making? We are moving villagers into these with pistons. Please don't tell me this is the ceiling. This is the ceiling. I need to go a block above that. Okay. See, this is what I was trying to explain when you and I were going over this, Ewan. Is that there's not a ton of space around here, and I did end up needing a lot of space. Like, these have to go up here, which is going to completely obliterate this entire top level. Which means all of this needs to be moved up by at least 1 block. It's not that simple to just raise it up. This took like 6 hours to build. I will admit, it would look better if I would raise it up, because I hate this. This just looks stupid, but there's no space to do anything better. I do have to raise this up, though, because there's no way that I'm going to fit the entire circuit we need here. So if I put the piston here, I was hoping that I could avoid having to raise this up and have to do as little reworking as possible. And then I'll need a block above this, which means the entire thing needs raised by 2 blocks. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, 1 versus 2 blocks is not a huge difference. I mean, 10 blocks wouldn't be a big deal. Once you have to move it 1 block up or 1 block in one direction, it's a feat. That also means if we come up, that we'll have to get a different transition to this. Instead of going up by 1, we'll have to go down by 1, or we'll have to raise this, which means redoing this. This whole area needs to be redone because it was made so far apart, and we're having to do this. That's disappointing. Let's go ahead and get the circuits in, and I'll just tear all of this out off camera. And then I'll probably just rebuild it off camera too, because I've done it on stream before. But yeah, that's disappointing. I was really not wanting to have to do that, but there's no better way to do it because I need the observer either above it or next to it, and next to it wasn't working. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. We're gonna have to go through, remove these guys, and I think this far back we're gonna have to start removing those. Okay. Want to have a little bit of a walkway if possible, so that while I'm doing this, I can still trade with them. What happened to all the mana on regrowth? I was making Terra Steel last night, and I was working on rebuilding it earlier. But it is slow, and I will be continuing to do so after stream today. Okay, there's that. Okay. And a little bit further down, apparently. And there's the end. Perfect. Really disappointed that I have to rebuild all of this, but it is what it is, I guess. So piston here, piston here, piston here, and here. That'll be on top of each of these activator rails. Then we want to bring this around with some stone bricks. Perfect. And this side is a lot longer than I thought it was. Got a lot more space through it, I guess. Okay, pistons backwards now. Yeah, we'll need to dig this back a little bit more. Come on. There's that. Please, place where you need to go. It's not that hard. Here, and here. That's it. So for this, we need to have our repeater here and our block there. So we're going to need to dig these out. And almost to the end. And we'll have to place the observer from behind. We'll start here. What's Regrowth? Regrowth is a mod pack that I play with Ewan, generally on the weekdays. What, Tuesday or Wednesday? It depends. My work schedule kind of gets in the way. But yeah, we play 1.7.10 mod pack. So it's always fun. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This gravel has to go. Okay, that's stone, not gravel. Is considering a wireless ME terminal. might be a thing that we want to do. We just have to make sure we have the power to back it up. Also, I had a question. Is it worth it? I did go ahead and attach it, but I wasn't sure if this actually did anything. Is it worth it to use a energy acceptor on the ME network? Or should we just still go through the controller? Because I feel like we're soon going to be getting limited by the capacity of that controller again. Not really, controller is the same. Right, but the controller has a maximum capacity it can hold. And it's also more expensive to make. If the ME uh, energy acceptor has the, what's it called? Has the same capacity, then we could just make a ton of those and connect them to cables. If it doesn't have the capacity and just takes it as it needs it, then we could feed one high capacity cable through it. Capacity is the same, but it is network wide. Okay, got it. So it would still depend on having enough controllers. Okay, that is fair enough. Okay, there's that. So now, as we go through and place the string on these, we should see them update. So we've got 1, 4 ticks later, 2, what's a controller? New here. It is a modded way to store a lot of items. Kind of. The controller doesn't store the items. It's part of the network that controls the items. Look up applied energistics, and you'll kind of see what we're talking about. But that is kind of the simplified way. Okay, other than maybe misplacing a couple of string, that works. That's a little bit more than somewhat, Ewan, but yeah. The whole system is basically just a way to store a ton of different items. And we're going to bring these around. Technically, the controller is actually not needed. Exactly what I was talking about, Ewan. Should only have to go back to this, because then this will have enough space. Okay. Right, that's what I mean. Like, the controller is only part of it, but only to an extent. And I need you. Can I not mine with my sword? Okay. Block, 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 block. And redstone dots underneath. Actually, if I do it this way. No, that stinks. Like, I know the event's getting canceled there because I can't place redstone on that block there. But it doesn't take it as a canceled event. It just goes, no, you can't place that, sorry. And there. And we're gonna come across here, get our repeaters in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and string please. I plan to stream more regrowth tonight. Awesome! And guess what, Ewan? I'm actually off work today. So I'll actually be able to watch. Guess what I'm going to do now? Draw, considering you're an artist? Oh, thank you for the host! There's that, and I want to throw this chicken in a hole, but he doesn't like it. Go away! Okay, that killed him. Whelp? Couldn't you get it? Get what? I'm unsure. Let's grab this. A pro gamer move. For what? Killing the chicken? There's that. And now we need, oh, this needs to be 4 ticks. Block, block, and we need to put another one underneath. Perfect. Redstone dot and repeater. Now these need string. That one's got it. This one does not. This one does not. Where I see a string. No, it does. Oh, these do have string. Okay. That's it then. So these are all sorted. Let's make sure we've got the glass in place. We'll be able to send somebody through. Okay, so we need glass on these parts. Otherwise, they'll be able to walk through. Or they'll spawn in the wrong spots. Oh, we need rail here. Hmm. Fly. Let's see. Where are my rockets? They're there? Rail should be here. Activator rail. And let's just grab a stack of powered rails and regular rails. See or figure out what we need. I swear, my brain breaks so much lately. Okay, now we need to figure out where we came out of. I think it was here. Okay, so we need an activator rail and a powered rail. I was unsure of what needed to be here. So glass, please. Oh, we also need to make sure that that block there is open. So I should have realized that we were going to have to move this up by a block a lot sooner. Okay. So we got to make sure that the 3x3 around each of these is completely non-spawnable by the minecart. So this block, that block, that block, and this block and that block. That way when it kicks out of the minecart, the only place it can do so is on top of the rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. What's up, Ewan? And here. Okay, almost there. Got it. Okay. How to get out of here? I think once this starts going up, this is the wall. That was a full brick. Wrong recipe in here for calculation processor. Oh, I must have messed that up. Are you using a texture pack? I am using a couple of texture packs. Though none really change the look of the game. My friend James's CapeCraft Vanilla Tweaks version. Actually, let me just click this button. Those are the resource packs I'm using. I don't think there's a link to CapeCraft on there though. But I only have the full block chests from that enabled. Okay, now we need rails here. We don't need this to go backwards. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring these down. And that should be enough to get it to that powered rail. Will be good. And I kind of threw those away. So this whole wall will need to be redone. This will need to be moved up by 1. That will give us a chance to redo this band though. Need another thermonic fabricator. Okay. And we need to go through and make sure that each of these is open. I had another one set up, and I remember thinking, wasn't there something I needed this for? And then I just kind of deleted it and didn't worry about it. Okay, those are open, those are open. I have fallen. Okay, good, didn't fall in there. Okay, looks like we're all good. By next stream, I should have this area torn down and the villagers moved back down into this section. So I will see you guys then. Have a nice night.